Archangel Michael says, "Dear child, heed this urgent message. If you believe in divine guidance, take a moment to watch this video in its entirety." An angelic voice proclaims, "This is not merely another warning. This is a direct and sacred message. It is crucial. Do not consume that food. Do not accept it. Do not partake in it. Even if it appears familiar, even if it carries a comforting aroma, even if it comes from someone who claims to care for you, even if it is presented with a smile, even if it was crafted by hands that once held you tenderly, do not eat it. Something is amiss. Something is concealed. Something is not as it appears. Ignoring this could lead to consequences that are difficult to reverse. Heaven is sounding the alarm. There is a movement in the spiritual realm that remains unseen to your eyes, but your soul has already sensed it. Your body may have reacted with sudden discomfort, headaches, stomach tension, or restlessness. These sensations were not random. They were your spirit being nudged by divine forces, urging you to refrain from consuming that food. Do not accept what is being offered. Do not assume it is safe. Do not be deceived. This matter extends beyond mere food. It involves manipulation, control, and spiritual contamination. That meal was prepared with ulterior motives. That dish was seasoned with deceit. You may think it is just food, but it serves as a gateway to darkness, delay, and spiritual confusion. Recall the story of Eden, where the first deception in history revolved around food, an innocuous offer, a pleasing fruit, a gentle voice, yet behind it lay separation from the divine. This ancient trick is being employed once more, and this time, the fruit is on your table. The bite is poised before you, but you must resist. Not this time. Not again. Your life is on the verge of a significant transformation, and the adversary seeks to intercept it through those closest to you. Yes, it is someone familiar, someone whose hands you have trusted, someone who has witnessed your growth, someone who has always been present. Yet, recently, something within them has shifted. They have perceived something about you, perhaps a blessing, a prophecy, a glow, that has unsettled them. They may smile, but inside, envy has taken root, and instead of praying for your success, they have begun to plot against you. I have tried to show you. You have noticed the unusual behavior, heard the strange words, and felt the off energy. Yet, you extended grace, giving them the benefit of the doubt, hoping they still loved you as before. But love does not poison. This food, yes, the one being offered now, carries an energy that is not divine. It may be physical nourishment, a drink, or something seemingly trivial, but the spirit within it is tainted. It may have been blessed, but not by angels. It may have been prepared with a smiling face, but a bitter heart. They claim it is for your healing, joy, and comfort, but God reveals it was designed to confuse, weaken, bind your spirit, and create a spiritual blockage that delays the blessings about to be released in your life. Do you think God is being dramatic? No. You have no idea how close you are to your breakthrough. That is why this is happening now. That is why the distraction is manifesting through the kitchen, through kindness, through routine. The adversary does not approach with horns. He uses those you already trust, people who have access to your life, who know your preferences, your habits, and your routines. Sometimes even those who call you my child, my friend, or my love. This situation transcends food. It is about access. If you consume what they offer, you grant them spiritual access once more. You reopen a door that God had already closed. You reestablish a soul tie that heaven had severed. You undo the protection placed over you after your last fast, prayer, or release. God had you covered, but this moment is a test. Will you eat what appears familiar but feels wrong? Or will you trust the spiritual warning igniting within your chest? That unease you feel is not anxiety, it is discernment. It is the Holy Spirit crying out within you. Something is amiss. Say no, step back, do not touch it, do not eat it, do not drink it. Do not accept that invitation. If you do, it will not merely be about food, it will reopen a cycle you have already broken free from. You will notice old battles resurfacing, confusion, fatigue, fear, strange dreams, stagnation. You will feel foggy, doubt your purpose, and feel disconnected from God, believing it is your fault. But it all began with that bite, that offering, that seemingly innocent dish. God is not sharing this to frighten you. He is doing so to save you, because you are on the brink of something sacred. Something significant is approaching. Your breakthrough has already been dispatched, but you must remain spiritually clean, guarded, and covered. This is a critical moment. It is not the time to entertain counterfeit kindness. It is not the time to be polite at the expense of your soul. It is not the time to silence your discernment to avoid offending someone. You are not crazy. You are not paranoid. You are not rude. You are being protected by heaven, by angels, by the voice of God Himself. The one offering that food knows precisely what they are doing. That is the painful part. It is not an accident. It is intentional. They want you weak, spiritually, emotionally, mentally. They desire your glow to fade, your clarity to vanish, your favor to dry up, and they believe this food is the key. But it will not work, not this time, because now you know, God declares, I am opening your eyes. I am revealing the truth. I am ensuring you do not fall into this trap again. You are destined for a journey they cannot follow. You are ascending to a level they were not invited to, and they are aware of it. Thus, they attempt to keep you at their level by feeding you things your soul has outgrown, even if you have consumed from them before. This time is different. This time, the food is infused with spiritual intent. If you eat it, you will delay everything God has set in motion. However, if you reject it, if you say no, if you walk away, you will activate a chain reaction in the spirit that brings full exposure, release, and elevation. It may seem trivial, but this is a defining moment, a sacred test. Heaven is observing. The angels are holding their breath. Your next season hinges on your obedience, not your manners, not your desire to be liked, but your obedience. You may feel tears welling up. That is your spirit mourning the betrayal. You may feel nauseous. That is your spirit reacting to the toxicity it almost ingested. You may feel lonely. That is your spirit realizing how many were never truly supportive. But do not let those feelings deter you from standing in your truth. God says, I am proud of you. I see your strength. I see your wisdom. You have grown. You are discerning things more rapidly now. You are no longer falling for the old tricks. That is why the attacks have become subtler, more emotional, more familiar. But you are still standing, still discerning, still choosing holiness over comfort. And that is why you are about to be blessed like never before. Your obedience has triggered something in heaven, a portal of blessings, a release of promises, a fresh wave of protection because you said no. Because you did not eat, because you trusted the warning, even when you were hungry, tired, or desperate for love and connection, you still chose God over what was offered by man. Now God says, because you passed this test, I am releasing something new, a pure relationship, a divine connection, a protected opportunity, a lasting healing, an unshakable joy, and most importantly, a peace that cannot be tainted. The woman who offered you the food will reveal her true self, not because you confront her, but because the light within you will expose her. Observe her energy shift. Watch her words become sharp. Notice her withdrawal. That is not your fault. That is your favor doing its job. Light irritates darkness. Truth exposes deception. Peace confounds manipulators. You are being set apart, protected, elevated. And the food they offered was merely a last-ditch effort to keep you small. But they have failed because you heard the voice of God and obeyed. Your obedience is now unlocking everything that was once withheld. Do not second-guess it. Do not look back. Do not explain. Just keep moving forward. Because where you are headed, they cannot follow. And what is coming next cannot be contaminated. The time has passed. The 3 sacred hours you were given have now concluded. Something in the spiritual realm has shifted. You may not have seen it yet with your physical eyes, but your soul knows a veil has been lifted. The protection God granted you during that window still surrounds you. But now comes the unfolding. Now comes the manifestation of what heaven has been warning you about. The trap set for you is beginning to rattle open, and the woman behind it is growing restless. She senses something has changed. She feels you slipping from her grasp. Heaven has interrupted her agenda. You were meant to falter, but you did not. Now she is panicking because the power she believed she had over you is evaporating. She realizes her charm no longer affects you. The spiritual fog she enveloped you in is dissipating. In those 3 hours, heaven dispatched more than just a warning. Heaven sent warriors. Archangel Michael did not merely hold back darkness, he dismantled parts of it. Your name was whispered in sacred places. Angels surrounded your mind, removing layers of confusion, doubt, and emotional dependency that woman planted. Clarity is rising, slowly at first, then sharply, then suddenly. If you wish to express gratitude or support, you can give a super thanks of up to 100. You will begin to see things you never noticed before. Words she once spoke that seemed sweet will now echo with bitterness. Glances that once felt innocent will now appear calculating. Memories will resurface, revealing she was never as supportive as she claimed. She used your vulnerabilities as a blueprint, mapping your weaknesses and leveraging your heart. But not anymore, for God has stripped the false light from her voice. He has severed her connection to your spirit. You may still see her physically, but spiritually, something has snapped. A tether has broken. A cord has been cut. Heaven declares she no longer has legal access to your destiny, but now comes the test. With the trap exposed, you may feel tempted to confront her, to seek answers, to demand the truth. But God says, do not give her the performance she has been rehearsing. She has prepared a new role, the victim. She is waiting to cry, to manipulate your compassion, to twist your awakening into cruelty. But this is no longer about her, it is about you. You must walk away without theatrics, without explanation, without permission. God has already spoken. There is nothing left to debate, nothing to clarify. She knows what she did. Heaven knows what she did. And now you know too. Do not be surprised if she reaches out. Do not be surprised if she suddenly wants to check in, sends you a prayer, or reminds you of a sweet memory. She is desperate now, because she can feel what is slipping from her grasp. Your peace, your favor, your connection, your divine covering. She once benefited from your blessings, but now the hedge has closed around you. God has established a spiritual boundary, and anything that does not align with the divine will be repelled. It may attempt to get close, but it will not enter, because now you walk in the authority of clarity, and clarity is the enemy of confusion. The trap was emotional, spiritual, and financial. In some ways, it may have even involved your calling or romantic future. There were layers she designed over time, but what she did not anticipate was divine intervention. She did not expect God to disrupt her narrative. She believed she had more time. She thought your softness would keep you blinded, but your softness is now your strength. Your discernment sharpens with every heartbeat. The closer you approach your destiny, the more your soul rejects anything false, and she can no longer feign alignment. God is now initiating the recovery process. Everything she delayed is being accelerated. Every door she attempted to block you from is being opened. Every opportunity she whispered against is returning, better than before. Your name is being restored in the Spirit. Your identity is being rewritten in glory. Your destiny has been resecured. But understand this, restoration comes with responsibility. You must not look back. The door is closed. You asked God to reveal, and He did. Now you must trust that obedience is your deliverance. The exposure will deepen. In the coming days, shocking truths may surface. You will learn what she said about you, to whom she said it, and how long she has been plotting. You will realize that what you thought was miscommunication was, in fact, manipulation. What you believed was her hurt was actually her planting seeds of destruction. But do not allow bitterness to take root. You are not a victim, you are a survivor. You are not broken, you are awakened. This awareness is the foundation of your next chapter. You are not leaving this experience merely wiser. You are departing with divine vengeance backing you, not revenge, but restoration. Heaven's restoration is louder than any lie she ever told. She underestimated you, but more importantly, she underestimated God. She thought you were alone. She thought no one saw. She thought no one would believe you. But heaven has believed you from the very beginning. God witnessed the tears you could not articulate. He heard the cries you could not express, and He counted them. You never had to prove your pain. You only had to survive it. Now that you have, He is bringing justice, not just for what she did, but for everything her presence delayed, for every sleepless night, for every dream that was paused, for every blessing rerouted due to her interference. All of it is returning. All of it is coming back, and more. This is the moment where the phoenix rises, where the healed version of you begins to shine, where your voice grows louder, clearer, bolder. Your circle may shrink, but it will become more sacred. Your decisions will sharpen. Your timing will become divine. Your life will accelerate because now you walk free from the trap. Now you walk unburdened. Now you walk with full authority. Even though her eyes may still be watching, she can no longer follow you where God is leading you. This woman is being judged by heaven, not for her mistakes, but for her intentions, for the calculated attempt to derail a chosen child of God, for knowing what she was doing and proceeding anyway. God's mercy covered her for a long time, but now His justice is responding. When someone deliberately seeks to destroy what God is building, the judgment is swift. And you, child of light, are not meant to be destroyed. You were born for such a time as this. You carry a legacy of the kingdom. You walk in divine favor. You are enveloped in prophetic purpose, and that cannot be stolen. Even now, angels rejoice because you listened, because you saw, because you opened this message, because you embraced your truth. You did not harden your heart. You did not ignore the signs. You did not remain asleep. Because of that, the trap has failed, the plan has collapsed, and your soul is safe. Allow the tears to flow if they must. Let the grief come if it does, but let the truth settle deeper than the pain. God saved you once more. He reached you before the worst transpired. Now, you must honor that salvation with courage. Move forward boldly. Do not question what He removed. Do not return to what He exposed. The next chapter of your life demands full attention, full awareness, and full obedience. He has already begun the work of elevating you. This marks the beginning of your harvest. This is the opening of your new door. The trap lies behind you. The truth resides within you. The angels stand beside you. and your future is now unfolding. God says this message was not meant to be delayed. It is not casual. It is not optional. It is urgent. Your soul was guided here not by coincidence, but by divine orchestration. Heaven had to interrupt everything to bring this to your attention. You are deeply loved, protected, and chosen, but something perilous was planned against you, beginning with what was handed to you in the most innocent disguise. Open your spirit now. Silence the noise. This is not something to ignore or postpone for even a moment longer. This is your warning and your protection. Do not eat that food. Do not consume what was offered by one who carries poison wrapped in smiles. God has been watching. Archangel Michael has been attempting to intervene for days, sending signs, signals, uneasy feelings in your stomach, strange dreams, and unusual delays. The heaviness you felt without explanation was your divine alarm. That was heaven trying to alert you. The person who provided this food, or will soon offer it, is not innocent. Their intentions were not born of love. The container may appear clean. The gesture may seem generous, but the substance within is tainted by unseen forces, by dark and twisted motives. The enemy has planted a trap within what seems like nourishment. The plan was not just to harm your body, but your mind, your clarity, your spiritual alignment. This is spiritual warfare in disguise, a meal cooked with bitterness, served with charm, and laced with manipulation. Do not eat it, not even a taste. God is not being dramatic, He is being protective. You are entering a spiritual season of breakthrough and elevation, and the enemy is aware of it. That is why the attack came not in chaos, but in something designed to appear safe. A gift, a gesture, a familiar face. But remember, the enemy is not always external. Sometimes, the danger wears a trusted face. This food was intended to change you, to weaken your discernment, to lower your guard, to open spiritual doors that you should not open. But God intervenes. God speaks now, and when He speaks, everything must cease. The assignment is canceled. The poison will not prosper. The scheme will fail, but you must obey. Protection begins with your obedience. It is not enough to be warned, you must respond. You must remain vigilant. God is not trying to frighten you, He is trying to save you. You are being pulled from a trap before it closes. You were not meant to be destroyed. You were meant to rise. That is why heaven is moving swiftly right now. That is why the angels are stationed around your dwelling. That is why Archangel Michael has not left your side. He conveys this clearly. The person who offered you the food harbors unresolved envy. They smile, but their heart is bitter. They act generously, but their spirit is jealous. They have witnessed your light and the favor over your life, and what they cannot comprehend, they attempt to control. This food is not merely a physical danger, it symbolizes deeper intent. They sought to tether your spirit, dim your glow, and invite confusion into your divine clarity. But God says no. He is unveiling the truth now, and you must heed this warning. Do not consume it. Discard it. Even if you feel guilty, even if they inquire why, even if it creates tension, your life holds greater significance than their approval. Your destiny is far more important than temporary discomfort. You owe no one an explanation when God instructs you to walk away. You are not being paranoid. You are being safeguarded. Heaven does not exaggerate. If you have unknowingly consumed it, do not panic. Speak the name of Jesus and declare, "Every defilement in my body, spirit, and soul, leave me now by the power of God." You are not beyond redemption. You are not beyond healing. God can reverse what was corrupted, but you must remain alert. There is someone close to you who has changed. They have opened their heart to a different spirit, one that does not wish for your success. You once trusted them completely. They know your favorite foods, your routines. But they also harbor disappointment. They see you rising while they feel stagnant. Instead of seeking your help, they invited darkness into their plans. They claim to offer you something nice, but beneath their intent lies bitterness. They desire to slow your progress, to dull your light, to leave you confused, emotionally burdened, and spiritually disconnected. That food is their vehicle. Trust your spirit's feelings. Remember that strange hesitation when they handed it to you. That fleeting moment when something felt off was not random. It was your spirit attempting to communicate louder than your politeness. It was your intuition, sharpened by heaven, signaling that something did not align. God is not exposing this to shame them. He is revealing it to protect you. Forgive them, but do not consume what they offered. Not now, not later, not even out of courtesy. Cancel it, destroy it, dispose of it. Bless yourself afterward with prayer, with oil if you have it, with cleansing worship and stillness. Archangel Michael emphasizes that this is not solely about food. It pertains to patterns. You have allowed too many individuals to feed your soul with things not meant for you. Words, energies, emotions, expectations. Now, God is severing every invisible cord connecting you to harmful soul ties. You are being liberated, but you must safeguard what you allow inside. What nourishes your body also nourishes your soul. What feeds your appetite influences your spiritual awareness. God is calling you to a heightened sensitivity. This is a sacred warning, not just for today, but for your future. Choose what you consume, spiritually and physically, with discernment. Not everything that smells good is beneficial. Not everything that appears right is right. You are entering a season where the enemy will not approach with a sword, but with kindness that conceals a knife, with favors that cost your peace, with relationships that seem divine but drain your destiny. That is why this test manifested through something so subtle, so familiar, so wrapped in innocence. The adversary knew you would not fall for the obvious, but your God is awake. Your protector is vigilant. Your angels are armed. Your soul is precious. You are not weak. You are not naive. You are not broken. You are simply loved, and love must come with protection. God is not just your provider, He is your shield. Right now, He is shielding you from dangers you did not even recognize. Praise Him for what He has stopped that you did not see. Thank Him for what He has blocked that you did not recognize. You were on the verge of stepping into something that could have derailed your next 5 years, but He intervened. He exposed it. He severed it. Do not return. Do not second-guess yourself. The food may still be there, untouched, appearing innocent, but the message is clear. Heaven has spoken. What heaven warns you to avoid, avoid at all costs. This is not superstition. This is not fear. This is spiritual strategy. You are not being punished. You are being elevated. You are being awakened. You are being sealed under divine order. The order states that food is not for you. Your body is a temple. Your spirit is a throne room. Do not allow offerings placed at your feet by unclean hearts to enter that sacred space. This moment is heaven shouting from the mountaintop. Your life is about to transform. This warning was necessary to keep you pure, to keep you clear, to keep you aligned. There are blessings with your name on them about to be released. The enemy sought to contaminate the vessel before they arrived. That was the true plan, to taint your receiving spirit. But now it is canceled. Every curse is broken. Every attack is dissolved. Every scheme has fallen apart because you obeyed, because you trusted, because you believed. The next 7 days will reveal even more truths. Conversations will unfold that astonish you. People will expose themselves without realizing it. Pay attention to their eyes. Listen to their tone. Notice sudden discomfort when certain names arise. God is lifting the veil, not to harm you, but to heal you. He wants to ensure that as you ascend, you are not surrounded by hidden enemies. Your elevation demands pure air, clean energy, and honest love. Anything less will be removed. Do not mourn the distance that arises. Do not grieve over connections that feel altered. God is pruning. He is not punishing. Allow Him to do so. Let Him remove those who smiled but plotted against you. He is not being cruel. He is being kind. He desires you alive, healthy, and spiritually sharp. This was never just about a plate of food. It was about your future. The plate was merely a disguise. The real threat was spiritual disconnection, emotional confusion, mental fog, and soul heaviness. Now none of it will touch you. Not one hair on your head will be harmed. You are safe now. You are covered now. God has spoken, and what He declares cannot be reversed. This is your moment to rise. This is your moment to step boldly into your new chapter. The enemy's schemes are behind you. The truth resides within you. The angels stand beside you, and your future is now unfolding.